Hello everyone, welcome back to Teacher Kevin Kosh. So if you are preparing for the KJSEA Grade 9 examination, you are in the right place. Today we will reverse the International Star Assessment Series KJSEA Pre-Technical Studies paper. I will explain every steps by step and give you the correct answer and examination tips. So grab your notebook and let's begin. So before anything else, make sure you click the like button and also subscribe to the channel for more revision content. So this is the paper. We have the candidate's name, the assessment number, and the total marks is 60 marks. So we'll go directly to answering the questions. So we start with this question. Question number 1. Which oblique projection has the length of the receding line same to the length of the object? So this is a grade 9 work, and in oblique cavalier projection, the receding lines are drawn to full length, making the object appear deeper. And in cabinet projection, the receding lines are drawn at the half their actual length to reduce distortions. So therefore, this is out. Oblique sketching, there's nothing like that. That's also out. Oblique technical, that's out. So you know that the correct answer is A. So you write there A. The correct answer there is A. So it is A. So I shall just write A there. So that's the correct answer. Then you go to the next question. Question number 2. Which material may not be needed when sketching an oblique projection drawing? So the following materials, there is one that may not be needed. So we have what? We have the choices that we have a protractor, paper, rubber, and a pencil. So which material may not be needed when sketching in oblique projection? So yes, you'll need a paper, you need it. You also need a pencil, you also need a rubber, just in case of any mistakes. So the thing that you don't need is a protractor. So the answer there is A, because a sketch is drawn, in drawn freehand, so you don't need a protractor. However, you need paper, a pencil, and a rubber for drawing and correcting mistakes. So note here, they say that is when sketching. So when you are sketching, you don't need a protractor. Hope you have gotten that. Now let's go to question number 3. So we are being told Mugwelu described a type of wood that has the following characteristics, and you've been given the characteristics here. So we have produce fruits and nuts, we have hard to cut, have broad leaves. So which of the following wood may fit the description? So this is grade 9 work, the part for wood. So you can pause the video. You can pause the video and choose the correct answer. Hope you have paused the video. Now, is this a pine? No, pine is softwood, so that's out. Is it cedar? No, that's softwood. Is it cypress? No. So the correct answer should be mahogany. That is C. C. Because hardwoods come from broad-leaved trees, many of which produce fruits or nuts. They are generally harder, stronger, and more difficult to cut than softwood. So pine, cedar, and cypress are softwood. They are coniferous trees with needle-like leaves and cones, making them unstable for this description. So therefore I've said the correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. So whatever you need to do is go back to your grade 9 notes and revise the part for wood. And I can see also in question number 4, it's on the same strand, on the same substrand. So let's read the question. Which is the simplest and cheapest method of wood conversion? So you can pause the video. And answer the question. I'm giving you 4 seconds. Okay, let's continue with the video. So the cheapest method. So plain sewing, we have quarter sewing, no, that's out, that's expensive. Sanding sewing, no. Tangential sewing, that's very expensive method. So the correct answer should be plain sewing, that is D. Plain sewing, also known as flat sewing, is the simplest, fastest, and least expensive method of converting log into timber. It produces more timber with less waste, making it the most economical method. What about quarter sewing? Produces stronger and more stable timber, but it's more expensive. Tangential sewing refers to the directions of cutting and is not considered the simplest or the cheapest method. What about sanding? Sanding, this one. Sanding, we can see, is a finishing process used to smooth wood. Yeah. So remember, plain sewing, simplest and cheapest. Quarter sewing, better quality but more expensive. I can see you are going very well. So let's go now to question number 5. Question number 5. Question number 5. Now, which marking tool is best in marking lines on a metal or a wood? So which marking tool is the best in marking lines on a metal or a wood? We have a pencil, a dot punch, scriber, and a pair of divider. So I can see all these, so you can just first pause. You can pause and answer the question, then we discuss. I'm giving you 2 seconds. Hope you have gotten your answer. Now I can see All of these are marking tools, but they're the one that is best on metal or a wood. So pencil, it can't work well on metal. What about a dot punch? That's for wood. What about a pair of divider? No, it's still not the best. The best here is what is called a scriber. So the answer here is C. It's C. So a scriber is used to make fine, accurate marking lines on metal surfaces and can also be used on wood. So a pencil is mainly used on wood. A dot punch makes small identification lines rather than lines, and divider are used for making circles or transferring measurements. So scriber, making lines on metal or a wood. It can also be used on a wood. So that's the answer there. That's the answer, and the answer there is C. Now we go to the next question. That is question number 6. Now, question number 6. We are being told Tito has a business, has the following values. His books as at 31st March 2026. We can see capital there. We can see rent. We can see building. Creditors. We can see tax. Debtors and machine. So calculate the owner's equity. Calculate the owner's equity. So we need to calculate the owner's equity. So first you need to know, you can pause the video. You can pause the video and do your own calculations. Then you get your answer. Then now we continue together. Now let's start. I'm waiting for you to do your own calculations. Now let's read the question again and understand. So Tito Business has the following values in his book as at that first. So we need now to know the formula for getting owner's equity. So you need to ask yourself first, what is owner's equity? What is owner's equity? This term here. So owner's equity is the amount of business that actually belongs to the owner. What is left over after you subtract everything the business owes. That is liability from everything it owns, that is asset. And owner's equity. So I will use this abbreviation. Owner's equity equals to total asset minus total liabilities. Total assets minus total liabilities. So here we need to get what are the assets that we have. Assets we have, let me first delete that so that you can have a clean page. So assets that we have: building, that's an asset. We have debtors, that's an asset. We have machine, that's an asset. So you add that. So when you add the assets, where I don't have a space, when you add the assets, you should get a total of 500,000, 580,000. Then we minus now the liabilities, and now the liabilities that we have a creditors, that's a liability. We have tax, that's a liability. And we have what? So liabilities, that is creditors 60,000, tax 15,000, that becomes 75,000. So we minus 75,000, then we get what? 505,000. So the correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. The correct answer is C. So here our correct answer is C also. Now we go to the next question, that is question 7 and 8. So we are being told what? An individual or an institution that lends money, that lends their money to a business in form of loans are called what? So we start with the debtors. Who are debtors? These are people who owe the business money. So that's out. We go to credit. Credit is a type of transactions. This is a type of transaction, yeah, and not a person or an institution. We go to debit. It is an accounting term and not an entity. So that's out. So we are only left with creditors. And now the answer there is C also. And now we know that creditors, an individual or an institution that lends their money to a business in form of loans, are called creditors. So make sure you have noted that. We go to question number 8. Which of the following is not an injury related to fire? Which is not an injury related to fire? You can pause the video. You can pause the video. Now let's continue now. Hope you have gotten your answer. Now we start with we have the burns. Burns can occur from flames or heat, so that's related to fire. We have choking. So choking is not specifically a fire-related injury, it is usually caused by something blocking the airway, like food or a small object. Maybe you're eating fish, you can be choked by a fish bone. So it is not necessarily related to fire. So that's out. What about electrical shock? Electrical shock. So since electric faults are a common cause of fire, so yeah. What about smoke poisoning from inhaling toxic smoke or fumes related to fire? So the correct answer is B. So you can be choked by anything. So you can be choked by anything. Hope you're following everything. Now let's continue now. Let's continue. We are now in question number 9. Question number 9. Which of the following is an example of an active income? So we know we have passive and active income. So let's read the choices that have been given there. Investment, interest, stock, dividends, income from rent, and employment salaries. So investment, and just by having money invested, so this is not an active, so this is passive. I'm a side hustle. Stock, dividends, and by owning shares, so this is also passive. Income from rent, and by owning property, tenants pay even if you are not working, so that's also passive. Then we have employment salaries, like a teacher, a doctor, so and by showing up and working, so that is active. So the answer is D there. So you must know that there is passive income and active income. We go now to question number 10. Grade 9 learners were discussing the components of a business plan. So which component details a list and analysis of the competitors? So this is grade 9 work. Let's see. First, recall the key components of a business plan and what each covers. We had what you call executive summary. Hope you remember. And it's an overview of the whole business idea. We also had the management, who runs the business and their roles. We also have competitors analysis, identifies competitors and evaluates their strength and weakness. And financial projection, expected income, cost, and So let's match the questions clue, a list and analysis of the competitors, direct you to the definition of competitors analysis. So when you do that, we'll find that this is not there, this is not there, this is not there. So the correct answer is A. So that's about the dialect. That's so direct. We go to grade 8 learners were brainstorming on the different types of dimensioning during their pre-technical lesson. Which one of the following is not a type of dimensioning they discuss? So just recall the strand of dimensioning. That is grade 8 work. And you can pause the video and try answering this question by yourself. So welcome back. Now we have arc-line dimensioning, we have radio, angular, and break line. So arc line, yes, it's there. Radio dimensioning, yes, it's there. Angular dimensioning, yes, it's there for angles. But break line, no. So the correct answer there is D. We don't have break line dimensioning. Now we go back. No, not going back. Let's continue. We have now question 12 and 13. Grade 9. Learners visited a chemical producing factory in Nairobi's industry area. What precautionary measures should they take in order to prevent them inhaling toxic fumes? So focus on the specific hazard mentioned. So what is the specific hazard that this question had mentioned? So we have inhaling toxic fumes. Now we start with wearing safety mask, wearing gumboots. So this is protecting the feet, so it's not there. Use apron, protects the body from spills and splashes, so it's not there. Put an earmuff, protect the hearing from loud noise. So we only left with wearing safety mask, and that's the correct answer. The correct answer for question 12 is A. We go directly now to question 13. When handling hazardous substances, it is advisable to observe safety precautions. Which of the following is not a safety precaution to observe when handling hazardous substance? So these questions ask which option is not a good safety practice. So you are looking for the bad or harmful choice among the four. So I want you to pause the video and do the necessary. So welcome back. Hope you have gotten the answer. Let's see the choices that we have been given. Using holding devices, wearing rubber hand gloves, avoiding mixing with other materials during storage, and do not familiarize with precautionary measures. So A, using holding devices like tongs. Good practice keeps hand away from direct contact, so is a precaution. So that's a precaution. Wearing rubber and hand gloves, good practice, protects skin, and this is a precaution. Avoid mixing with other materials during storage, good practice, prevent dangers and chemical reaction, that's a precaution. So you're left with D. Do not familiarize with the precaution measures. So this means not learning the safety rules, that is careless and dangerous. The opposite of a precaution. So the correct answer here is D. The correct answer there is D. That's what's the correct answer there. and we had that in number 12. Now let's continue. Which of the following is not a factor to consider when choosing a career pathway based on talents and abilities to self-development? So we learned this when you're in that is grade 9. Yes, you learned that in grade 9. So your personality, you should look at your personality. Course of learning resources, yeah, you should look at that. Facilities at home and at school, yes. Government policy, that's not a must. So the correct answer for number 14 is D. The correct answer for number 14 is D. Now let's go to question number 15. Question number 15. The grade 9 learners were discussing ways of maintaining driving tools. Which of the following is not a way of maintenance? We have surface protection, proper use, irregular inspection, and replacing the damaged driving tools. So recall proper tool maintenance practices: surface protection, oiling, proper use, what. So let's check each option. So surface protection, yeah, this is good. Proper use, good maintenance practice, yes. Irregular inspection, bad practice. So that's a bad practice. Replacing the damaged driving tools, good maintenance practice. So the correct answer here is C. Let's now go to question number 16. Which of the following group of materials consist only of ceramic materials? Only of ceramic materials. So you can pause the video and answer that question. Now let's see. You know that the characteristics of ceramic materials, they are hard, brittle materials made by shaping and firing hardening clay or hardening clay or similar materials. So we have pots, brick, and papier-mâché. So this is not a ceramic material. Papier-mâché is not. We have flower vases, mugs, and concrete. So concrete, you know, these are cement based, so that's not a ceramic material. Shell, roofing tile, and mugs. So shells isn't typically a ceramic either, but roofing tiles and mugs are ceramic. So here shell is the odd one out. Concrete, so shell is 50. I think it's also is a ceramic material, roofing tile, and mugs. So I think this should be the answer because this is cement based, mortar, papier-mâché. So none of these are ceramic material. So the correct answer is C. Sorry for that confusion. So shells, roofing tiles, and mugs. So these are ceramic material. Now we continue to Question number 17. We are being told Brian received an email with an attachment from someone he doesn't know. What should he do? Open it immediately, forward it to his friends, delete it, or check with an adult, save it without opening. You can pause the video and try answering. So we have open immediately. That is risky and could contain some viruses, so you should not do that. Forward it to his friends, spread potential risk to others. That's risky. Delete it or check it with an adult. Safe and that's safe and a responsible action. Yes. Save it without opening. Still keeps a risky file on the device. So that's wrong. So the correct answer is D. It's D. We go now to question number 18. We're being told James watched a news story about a powerful computer helping scientists predict hurricanes. What type of computer is this? We have mini computers, microcomputers, supercomputers, and mainframe computers. You can pause the video and answer the question. Now we start with the mini computers. So mini computers, this is everyday personal computers, and example is a laptop. So that is out. We have microcomputers. These are mid-sized and are used small and medium-sized businesses. No. We have supercomputers, extremely powerful, used for complex calculations like weather and climate. So this is the correct one. Mainframe, large scale, used for bulk data processing like bank and large organizations. So for weather and predicting hurricanes, that is C. Now let's continue. We go now to question number 19. After copying some text, Omar wants to paste it into a new location. What keys should he press? What key should he press? So this Control plus C, that is for copy. Control plus V, that is for paste. Control plus A, that is select all. Select all. All. Control plus B, this is for bold. Sorry, I don't have enough space, so that is for bold. Control plus B, that is for bold. So Omar already copied the text. He now needs to paste it into a new location. So he need the paste shortcut, and the paste shortcut, that is B. Control plus B. So that is B. B should be the correct answer. Not should be that, but that is the correct answer. B. So that is computer work. We go now to James. James, that is question number 20. James and Giles completed their course in social sciences in the universities and intending to start a business in their locality. Which of the following is not a source of information about the market. We have family and friends. Yes, mass media. Yes, that's a source of information. Internet based, yeah, in the internet you get a lot of resources there. Church offering, no, that's very long. So this is a religion contribution. So the correct answer there is D. D. So thank you guys for staying tuned. So wish you all the best as you are still preparing for your KJSEA exam. So subscribe so that you can get more revision content on all the subjects that we have. Goodbye.